My name is Elena, and if you asked me what my favorite time of day is, I'd say the moment before the world wakes up. That quiet hour when sunlight barely touches the curtains, when everything feels suspended between dream and reality. That's when it happened. Or maybe that's when it began. I wasn't expecting anyone. My phone was off, my mind still floating somewhere between sleep and thought. And then, a knock. Soft, hesitant, almost like it was meant for another world. When I opened the door, she stood there, Lara, hair still damp from the rain, wearing that uncertain smile people get when they don't know if they're welcome. We hadn't seen each other for months. Too many things left unsaid. Too many pauses we never filled. I shouldn't have come, she said quietly. But you did, I replied. For a moment, silence. Just the sound of rain fading, the faint rhythm of her breath. She stepped in slowly, her fingers brushing mine, a touch so light it felt accidental, but wasn't. We didn't talk much. Sometimes words ruin things that are better felt. She wandered around the room, touching small things. A half-read book, a mug still warm, a record sleeve by the window. Everything about her felt both familiar and new, like hearing an old song you'd forgotten you loved. You still play that? She asked, pointing at the record player. Sometimes, I said, when I miss how the world used to sound. She smiled faintly. Play it. The needle found the groove, and the room filled with the quiet crackle of vinyl and slow music that sounded like memory. Lara sat on the edge of the bed, looking at the window, at me, at everything in between. The light moved across the wall, soft and golden. She looked back, and for a heartbeat the air felt different. It wasn't about time anymore. It was about everything that lived between us. Do you ever think about that night? She asked. I nodded. Every time it rains. She didn't answer. She just reached for my hand, and in that simple motion, something inside me loosened. All the waiting, all the pretending. It wasn't a kiss, not yet. Just closeness. Breath against breath. The kind of silence that speaks louder than anything else. And as the rain stopped and sunlight spilled across the sheets, I realized some stories don't need a beginning. They just continue where they paused. I didn't think I would see her again. The next morning, the beach was louder. Children running, music from somewhere behind the dunes, the air full of chatter. Yet I still came, telling myself it was for the sea, not for her. I walked where the tide had erased our footprints, scanning faces without meaning to. And then I saw her. Aria. Sitting in the same spot as yesterday, a towel wrapped around her legs, sunlight caught in her hair. She looked up and smiled as if she had been waiting. Hey, she said. Didn't expect to run into you again. I live here, I answered, laughing. You're the one who disappears. She patted the sand beside her. Then let's not disappear today. We fell into an easy rhythm, our words slow, carried away by the wind. She told me about the city, traffic, deadlines, people always rushing nowhere. Sometimes I just drive until the skyline disappears, she said. Out here, it's like I can finally breathe. I nodded. Maybe that's why I never left. The sun climbed higher. We shared a bottle of water, a few pieces of fruit. I noticed the small freckle near her collarbone, how her eyes turned lighter in the sun. Every small thing felt like a secret. Do you ever run from something? She asked. Only from myself. Did it work? I smiled. Ask me again tomorrow. The tide began to crawl closer. She leaned back on her elbows, looking at the horizon. The wind moved her hair across her face. I wanted to reach out, to tuck it behind her ear, but I hesitated. She noticed anyway, laughed quietly, and brushed it aside herself. Her laughter filled the air, soft, unguarded. Then silence again, but this time it was different. The kind that feels alive, heavy with everything we weren't saying. She turned toward me. You ever think that some people are meant to find each other, no matter how many oceans there are? Maybe, I said. Or maybe we just found the right wave. She smiled, small and real. For a moment, the world felt perfectly still. The sun began to sink, the water turning gold and rose. She drew patterns on the sand with her finger. Promise me something. What? When everything feels too heavy again, come back here, even if I'm not around. I'll come back, I whispered, but only if you do too. The sea touched the edge of our towels. She didn't move. I watched the reflection of the setting sun in her eyes, and something inside me knew. This wasn't the end. It was the pause before another beginning. Now, when I close my eyes, I can still hear that day. The crash of waves, her laughter mixing with the wind. Peace isn't a place. It's a person. And for a fleeting summer, I found mine beneath the same sun.